You're now listening.
You're now listening to the Shameless
Now
Goat.
listening to the Shameless Goats.
The Shameless Goat.
I got you. Yeah, one thing I was thinking about, like I saw last week, Ernie Johnson, who is, if you know, he hosted a show with Charles Barkley called Inside the NBA show. They
Right, the white guy.
White guy, boom.
Ernie.
His son, who was 33, just died from a muscular dystrophy.
Oh, shit.
And yeah, he did. So they had a whole thing and whatever. So he did a a speech when he came back. He was like, he knew when he adopted the son from Romania that the son had this disease, and they asked him, "Are you sure you want to take this kid? Because he got, this,
Right.
and it's not looking like it's gonna be too good in the future."
Dang.
And he was like, "Hell yeah!" And he was saying like, pretty much like, did he have? I don't know how else to say it, but buyer's remorse was like,
okay.
do you feel like buyer's remorse sounds bad because you adopted the child, but like, how do you feel about now, like now that he's dead?
And you knew from the beginning, and then you accepted that.
Right. Do you feel satisfied? And of course, he was like, I love this man from the beginning to the end.
As he should.
As he should, right, because that's his son, adopted or not, boom, that's my son. Like, I love this man. His name is Michael also. So rest in peace to Michael for sure, Michael Johnson. And so that got me thinking, like, that's the extreme scenario, but just in the sense of, like, parental, you three have children, boys and girls, and they're all young now. But I guess if you could look to the future, your future self, and just before we get there, just talk about your journey, I guess, of now you young men having children who are young, how you have been your state of mind having young children now. Anybody?
Fuck them kids.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
Well, he popped the seal. Let's go.
I mean, I think for me, it changed me as an individual. I had to mature. I had to grow. I had to become selfless. However, the shit was a lot of work, and I think that any of us can kind of,
Is or was?
It is and it was. I mean,
Yeah.
The entire process is. I mean, when you have a child, I don't think the stress of having a child ever goes away. Whether it's you protecting your child at 2, 3, waking up at nighttime when, she's having a nightmare, or when she's 23 and she's in college and the nigga touched her ass. I think the stress of having a child never goes away.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think that for the most part it is, for me, the cost benefit, is worth it for me.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead. You good?
Oh, okay. Yeah. That is interesting that you said that, because I hear a lot of people say that, like, I have a child that changed me. That shit didn't change me at all. Well, I don't want to say at all, but I guess I always had it in my mind. Like, when my time came, I knew I was going to be ready. Like, I've always had this, like, motivation, not motivation. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I guess once upon a time, it was like, I always knew one day I'm going to be a good father. You know what I mean? Like, one day I'm going to do it. Like, it can't be that bad. So I've always had it in my mind. So, like, and I do think about myself as a good father because, like, and the thing that makes me feel that, because you're not supposed to say things about yourself like that. That's like giving yourself a pat on the back. Like, other people are supposed to say that about you, right? But I know. Like, I could literally have nothing, but we going to make it happen. You know what I mean? I think that's what it is. That's what parenting is in general. Like, you got to make shit happen to make sure your child ends up better than you.
I mean, what is a great father, though? You're saying, like, I can call myself a great father. That's subjective, right? So, like, if...
I don't know.
think it is.
I guess for that, the bar is low. It's just being there, I guess. I mean,
I
I'm not
think
sure.
it's
If you're just there and you're active, you're there, maybe
You
more.
provide. I think a good father is someone who's actually there, provides, and and providing is just not monetary. It's also, moral
Emotional.
support,
Emotional, yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think if you're doing all those things and you're actively there and you're providing, your kid doesn't want for anything, that makes you a good father.
So the provision of needs makes you a good father. Not like, so for me, like, it's not only just needs. It's like being there for your wife that also makes you a good father. The support for that. I think that's what goes hand in hand with that too. Not just as not saying like you're a good husband, but I think that goes into making you a good father. understand the needs of the mother. I mean, that's just me.
I feel you.
And
Because if she's vindictive,
Yeah, what if you have a relationship with her?
I don't have to have a relationship with you
to be a good
and make
father.
you make your life
Doesn't.
better
It's not
if
dependent.
I'm there for my child.
I would say every situation is different. Though.
Yeah.
If you're able to talk to her and have a relationship with her,
That makes you a good father.
I think that makes that because that goes hand in hand with the child.
It helps, but
helps.
it don't.
I don't think it has nothing to do with the child though.
It don't have nothing to do with like I'm gonna take care of my jits, sunshine
Regardless.
or snow. Like
No, for
regardless of
sure.
where she at with it, like it don't matter. Like thank God I don't have like no trash baby mamas. But if I did, like that wouldn't stop no show. Like you know what I mean? Like I know I'm still gonna do what I gotta do, but I do understand there are circumstances that makes it very difficult for you to do what you gotta do.
So I'm saying like maintaining a good relationship with like the baby mom is part of being a good father too.
That's your okay. I get
That's
you.
what
That's
I'm
your
saying.
point. I get
because that directly
Right.
affects the child.
you. Whether you like her or not,
Right.
maintain
that relationship, a good relationship
parent.
with her.
Okay,
It makes
I
it
get
better.
you.
All right.
I don't think that defines it though.
It doesn't define it, but I think it adds to it. Like
yeah,
if
absolutely.
me and you aren't fighting in front of my child, that makes me
Right.
a good father.
But see, I also
Okay.
feel like you can be cordial.
That's not fighting though. That's what I'm like.
I
whatever
mean,
it is.
yeah, but I mean,
we don't have to
we
go out
don't.
for
I don't.
drinks.
We don't have to even speak to each other. But as long as I'm there for my child, I don't think that
Emotionally,
makes me a
physically,
father. Like,
I agree with that.
Independent.
Like as long as you like doing like
Okay, I'll say
the two can be
optimal.
separate.
The
Huh?
optimal,
optimal,
position.
yes.
Would
Yeah,
be
that
to
you
have
would
a
want it
great
ideally,
relationship.
of
Yeah, that's what I'm
course,
saying.
of course, because it could be hard, like right, like there could be a situation that like the mother, like this is America. The mother is in favor. Like they
Right,
always
for
gonna
sure.
have the one up no matter what
in
you
the
do.
world. I think.
In the world. Yeah, of
not
course.
in Islamic country, but I feel.
Oh
you.
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yes,
Which I
but
moved there.
Yeah.
I can only speak to where we at,
Right.
So that's what we know for sure. Like they always gonna have like that bias towards the mother, and
Right.
maybe it's fair, maybe it's not fair, but they always gonna have the bias towards the mother because the child needs their mother no matter what. You don't necessarily need the father, but
Oh, they do.
no, they do. I'm saying
Girls,
like
yeah.
allegedly,
Yeah.
they don't necessarily need a father, but they're always good. The child always needs their mother. That's how they say.
Yeah, that's how the justice system sees
Yeah.
it.
Exactly.
I do want to ask you to the point about Ernie Johnson again. It's like the buyer's remorse part. Like obviously, nobody buys their kids, adopted or not, natural, IVF, however you have them. They're your child. You love them all the same. But I do wonder, like in Ernie Johnson's mind, if he feels like, Michael died at 33, of like the 33 years of he has other children too. I guess naturally or however you want to say it. The 33 years that he could have lived independent of taking care of this child. I wonder if he regrets. I don't know if that's the right word because you don't regret your children, but if he just thinks back on like, did I sacrifice my happiness?
So I think that's part of being selfless. I mean,
Yeah.
you have a child with muscular dystrophy. I said that shit right?
Yeah.
You got to think that he was in the position to provide that child a certain type of lifestyle. The average person probably couldn't afford,
Right.
the medical bills and everything that came with it. So him being in a position of power, a certain financial status, I think that he understood his responsibility, you know what I'm saying, to that child. Like,
That he knew, yeah.
that I can provide for this kid better than the average,
Person.
Joe working. So, yes, I'll take on the responsibility.
And give up my...
So it's a sense of achievement. Yeah, it's a sacrifice.
Yeah.
So what I'll say directly in response to your question there, like, do I feel like he had regrets? We're human, right?
True.
The thought is gonna cross your mind, like, damn, because children are hard. Kids are hard in any capacity. You know what I mean? So you spend your time raising a kid, and you know that, yes, possibly I could lose this kid one day, but you don't really think about it because that's your child. 33 years is a long time. It's short, but it's long. You know what I mean? So you raise this kid for 33 years and then he goes, like, at some point, maybe it's grief, maybe it's just your mind doing numbers. Maybe one day you're drinking, you're just going to think about it like, damn, maybe this wasn't the move, like, because we always hear it all the time. As Nigerians, they say it all the time, like, you'll never bury your child. That's like the main thing that they hold on. That's almost like a curse, kind of like, if you have to go to your child's funeral, nobody ever wants that. You know what I mean?
In Nigeria, you can't.
You can't.
Yeah,
Older
you can't
folks
go
can't
to
go
the
to
funeral.
If
the
your
child's
child dies, yeah.
Exactly. Nobody ever wants that. So to your point, what you're saying, like, maybe he had regrets. Of course, maybe he had regrets. Maybe he thought that, like, this shit wasn't
So-
it. Nah.
All respect to you, Mike, but like for me, I wouldn't have done it. Straight
You
up.
would not have done it.
I
okay.
could not do
okay,
it.
that's very honest.
Okay,
And-
so that's adopting a child, right?
Again, I wouldn't adopt a child with
Okay,
illness or fatal illness.
God forbid.
Wait, why not?
The anguish, the money, the time, the emotional support. If I have a choice not to go through that,
You would not.
Okay,
I won't choose to go through that.
So here goes my question. God forbid you have a child, well, your wife gets pregnant, and you find out during the pregnancy.
I get abortion.
Oh, straight.
Shit.
That's
Straight up
straight.
and down.
You got your and
No lie. Me and my wife talked about this. We said, yo, if this child has any abnormality that is fatal.
What about Down syndrome?
Yeah, what about non-fatal?
said fatal.
No, you could live with
Well-
Down. Yeah. What about non-fatal?
Down syndrome specifically,
For example, yeah.
and I'm sorry for everyone out there who has a child with Down syndrome,
Yeah.
but not for me.
Oh, you would abort
That is
it?
a choice that I would probably abort. If I could, can you find that out early now?
I think so, yeah.
right?
They have
Yeah, you can.
chromosomal
Right.
tests. Yeah.
and
yeah, yeah.
and I can honestly say that I probably wouldn't have that child.
I understand your
And that's
point.
straight up.
I understand your placement.
I'm being honest. Like I work in
But-
healthcare, I see
You see it.
the financial
The cost.
burden.
right.
I see the anguish of the parents. I see. And don't forget, I'm also a physical therapist, so like we kind of work with some of these patients too, and I see the struggle. And
I
I
pay
do
that.
not. That's
I pay
whoa.
that. I
Bruh.
pay that shit in
Yeah,
blood.
nigga.
I don't give a fuck.
Niggas have
That's-
abortions every day, B.
Because you're looking forward, right? Like
Right.
you're seeing like this is gonna cost a lot, and
This is going to be so much of a big weight on you in your life. Like
That-
your whole life is.
That's my shit, though.
but
yeah, I feel you. They
that's
have
the-
another one.
I think
And
that's
that's what God gave you.
that's the point that I'm trying to get to
But
now.
you
Is
don't
like,
believe in God. I feel you.
but with y'all, you guys have children already. When you were having children, you weren't looking forward at that time. It's like, damn, I have a life now. I enjoy it. I have my own personal happiness or whatever I do.
Well, again, if any of my kids and I find out they had Down syndrome at
no,
He's speaking apart from Down syndrome,
besides
not
that, I'm
apart
talking about
from that.
normal healthy kids. Like
Okay.
when you had the decision to have a child,
right,
you knew that there's gonna be some sacrifices you're giving up.
right, 100%.
Right. So it's like I know I'm gonna be, I don't know, less happy, but I'm giving up certain happiness in my life
Right.
to have this child,
Right.
and that's something you're comfortable with.
Yes,
Why is that?
because that's not beyond the normal. You get what I'm saying? So soccer on a Saturday morning at 7:00. Okay, whatever the fuck. I can't go to the club the night before. Bottles, milk, diapers, money got to be saved differently. Now you're telling me, now this is a whole nother realm of suffering because
cost, yeah.
everyone suffers in
And
that situation.
I don't want to put your shit out there, right? But like you had a jet younger than us,
Right.
So like I imagine it was much harder for you. Like
Oh, I had a child in college.
Yeah.
So, if this child had Down syndrome, or
no,
something-
no. Scratch
Okay,
it
but-
down. So
All right, I
forget
just
that.
wanna-
We're
all
moving
right.
past that
Right, I
completely.
couldn't-
Just you as a college student, like
right, it's tough.
I ain't have no money to begin
Right.
with. You know what I mean? Like so, it's like
It was probably the toughest part of my life, and I'll be honest with that. Like,
Yeah.
so when we talk about like good fathers and all that, that shit probably didn't even somewhat apply because the means just wasn't even there. Like you can do this, and this, but that's why I say it's all subjective. You know what I mean? Like if I give you, say if I'm a customer, I give you $200 this month, is that enough to have a newborn? It's
But
not.
that's why it's important to be there.
Even if you're there, you're not providing.
but I'll be there.
Yeah,
Okay,
emotional
so you're-
support is
yeah.
important.
You're a fucking fan next to the baby. What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
No, but I'm not saying that not being there. You got to be there, but you also have to support the child because how does the baby get diapers? In reality, you got to support the child monetary.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
And if you only have $200,
We gonna make it happen. I'm gonna be there. We gonna figure out. We
We're
gonna make it
Put a
happen.
cloth on the baby. That's what I said. But like,
We gonna do what we gotta
it was
do.
just tough during that time because those are questions you got to think about as a young father. It's like shit. Like, do I stay in school and actually get an education for myself so I can better myself later on and help, or do I do something about that now? You know what I mean? That is a big question.
Yeah, and I guess with y'all, I guess something that any one of y'all could weigh in on is like this pursuit of happiness is what I'm trying to get to. It's like, okay, me with no children, right? Like when I wake up in the morning, like the happiness, the satisfaction I want to have out of my life outside of working is like, like my quality of life. Like that's priority number one outside of my relationship, obviously. Well, that's part of it too.
Mm-hmm.
It's like us having this quality of life, maintaining it or making it greater. So when you guys had a decision to have a child, was that a part of your pursuit of being happy in life?
Quality of life probably comes second to the child's quality of life. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So like you worry about them before you even worry about yourself. So that is, you do lose happiness in that. So like the normal shit that make you happy,
Right.
you do give up on a daily. Like I haven't played an Xbox in 3-4 years. You get what I'm saying?
Because
Oh, that's crazy.
Like that's just what it is. Like I
They
hear
ain't
you.
living fucking
But
life.
that's what I'm saying though. Like, and that's why I say like it's all subjective. Like what I feel like a good father is focusing completely on the kids. You know what I mean? You may say like as long as I give money and I'm around, I'm a good father. I'd be like, yo, not enough for me though.
Yeah.
Oh
See what I'm
shit,
saying?
I don't know.
No,
bro.
not you specifically, but just saying like.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. I accept that. I accept your point there. But to Junior's point, what he was just saying, like, for me, it was slightly different, right? So happiness, I didn't think of it like, cause at the time, like I would say, like prior to this, I was probably like, I was pretty lonely. I didn't really have anything that was really like satisfactory. Like I wasn't like doing cocaine like y'all boys. I wasn't like.
Hi-yo.
You know what I mean? But like when I got my kid, when I find out that I'm having a kid, like that shit made me happy. It made me extremely happy.
Sure.
But I can imagine if I'm on top of the world and I'm carefree and I'm living my life, if I'm out in and out of the country, in and out of the state every other weekend, I could see how that shit would like, damn, I don't know if I want to like give this lifestyle up.
Right.
Yeah.
No, for
For
sure.
a kid?
I mean, you talked about that part. It was kind of not the same. I mean, I was a middle child, so I had middle child syndrome. So I knew from high school, nigga, I wanted to get married, have a kid. I want to have kids. I wanted a family. I wanted to kind of give someone my love, right? So I always wanted kids.
You always had it in your mind.
From young,
Yeah, yeah.
I always had in my mind I wanted kids. That was going to fulfill me, having a family, a wife, and all that.
Yeah.
So when the child came, it was perfectly fine. I was okay with that, you know. And I won't say it was necessarily planned. I didn't expect that she would get pregnant when she got pregnant. But
You don't use a condom, nigga. Shit.
no, I mean
That's what happened.
that's
That's what
not what happened. It was
happened.
more to the story,
hey,
bro. It was more to the story. Like something was done in order to intentionally get pregnant.
Oh, we're not
But
claiming it.
we're not gonna get there. But at the same time, I didn't regret it either. You know, I know that I had been waiting. I was like, shit, I'm turning 30. And nigga, like, I'm kind of out here now. I'm older now, so I was ready for that. I was ready from high school. You know, I was like, shit.
So you never thought about the life you was giving up to be a parent.
I didn't. I felt like I was ready to give all that up anyway. You know, like I was looking for something deeper than just partying, fucking bitches. I was always doing that shit, and I was okay with giving it up, sacrificing that. You get what I'm saying? So
Giving up happiness for love. Is it love?
But I
for a
think he's
certain
kind
type
of
of
saying
love,
the
yeah.
same thing. Like that shit wasn't making me that happy in the first place. You know what I mean? Like this is making.
Yeah, I mean, like for example, like Tony, you've been to the most countries of probably anybody that I know, right? Around 40,
Okay.
somewhere around there. So it's like, well, I mean, you had children before, but even still, like,
No, I'll tell you, like,
yeah,
when I had my first child, and then like after years back, cause she's a lot older than the new
yeah,
ones.
you wasn't traveling then.
I wasn't traveling, but then when I got into like traveling and shit,
Yeah.
cause she got a little bit older and shit, you know what I mean? I miss that shit now. Like I miss fucking traveling.
Right.
I
Yeah.
miss having freedom.
Right.
Like we can, y'all be like, oh, let's go out this weekend. I'm like, yo, I ain't got no fucking babysitter. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't get to drink and wake up. You know, nigga, when we go drinking till 2-3 in the morning, nigga, I gotta wake up at 6 or 7 in the morning the
Soccer
next day.
practice.
For
You
sure.
get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Nigga, I be fucking hungover at soccer practice.
Yeah.
This shit is not fun. Like I don't know. Do not have kids right now. Like do not. Like,
Nah, man,
this is my
fuck that. I
disclaimer,
mean-
though. Like don't have fucking kids.
Because what? Why
you
now?
lose.
You're
you-
sacrificing.
You sacrifice yourself and your love.
happiness.
And that's tough.
You got to find a balance, I guess. And that's what I don't have right now.
The balance.
Because you also have
Even a
newborns.
balance,
You have
though,
a
is
newborn,
tough,
though.
dog.
Not newborn,
So-
but
Yeah, but yeah.
At newborn is hard. So like you said, it's tough right now. You know, you can't even you can't move the way you're supposed to. So
Yeah, fuck
like,
these kids.
so Anthony, in 30 years, by the time you're 70, right?
Mm-hmm. Well,
30 because you're 40
60.
now.
yeah, nigga do got grays in his beard, dude.
No, I'm fucking with you, but like,
nigga, use Beijing, nigga.
I might start. I ain't gonna. I'll go ahead.
so
Yeah, I hear you.
would
It'd
you
be
feel
worth
like
it.
it's worth?
It'll be 100% worth it.
What?
Because this shit's petty, what I'm talking about, and I know that.
Yeah.
It's just
yeah.
petty. Going out with friends, fuck y'all niggas. Like,
Oh,
really. I mean, honestly, like, the kids is what really matter. That's who's gonna hold me down in the end, and I need to make sure they're eating tomorrow, or having the best life they can. Because technically, I mean, I've done a lot in my life already.
Okay.
If I stop at this point, I'll still be good.
So
but
I
want more.
I think you kind of saying like the same thing Mike's saying. Like it's a worth it trade off to you.
In the future, yes, it's worth it.
In the future,
now,
right
I'm
now, it's
selfish.
not.
Right now, I want to be selfish.
Okay.
I see y'all niggas having fun, and I'm the nigga like behind the gate just watching y'all,
Watching
watching y'all IG
But
and
see,
shit.
I don't
from
think
the
that's only
blinds.
happening because you have somewhat of a new baby. I think that, for instance, when I had my daughter, my first year, maybe 2.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, that shit was hard as fuck, you know. But when she hit like 4 or 5, nigga hit kindergarten, pre-K, nigga, I was out every 2 weeks, you know.
Yeah.
And it's also because and to an extent, it kind of goes back to what you were saying about having a good relationship with the mom.
True.
Because we have a schedule where it's set up, I choose my weekends, nigga.
You have an
My
automatic
weekend,
babysitter.
Your weekend.
Right.
So I already know, okay, I got to plan around this. So
Right.
to an extent, it is a sacrifice.
Yeah.
Because there's weekends that I want to go out of town. Like this weekend, I want to be out of town. I should have been out of town this weekend, but I got the baby. You know, she's over there while we recording.
Understood.
You know, on the iPad. You know, and that's the sacrifice you make. But I also feel like, you know, it's for a greater good. You know, like at the end of the day,
That's what I want to. I guess y'all can answer that too. What is the greater good of raising children?
legacy.
Legacy.
To me,
Gotcha.
you know, like I wake up. It's days where it goes both ways. There's days when you sacrifice and you're like, man, why the fuck did I become a parent?
Yeah.
And then there's days where, you know, for the most part, I'm down. I'm not really. I had a fucked up day at work.
And a hug.
I'm
or
stressed
something.
out, and my little baby walk up to me, run up, Daddy, I miss you. I swear to God, every time it happened, I don't give a fuck what type of mood I was, what type of day I had, what the fuck. I could have got arrested and my ass beaten by the police. But if I knock on that door to pick her up from her mom, and she runs up to me, my whole fucking mood swings. It just changes.
No, my life don't fucking go like that. I have a bad day at work. I get home, she's shitting in her panties because she's so that shit fucking rolls. So at the end of the night, I'm fucking exhausted. I'm tired.
But yeah, he got a
Like,
newborn too.
Yeah.
Well, not newborn, but
Oh yeah, I got a newborn. I was just about to speak to that. All that first year hardship, I don't know nothing about that.
oh, you got it. What the fuck?
I don't know nothing about that. See, I got lucky. I got lucky. My mom is like very active. My grandma's very active, so they take care of my jits. They help me take care of my jits, and my woman too. She takes care of her mom takes care of our jits. So it's like
I think that's a part
So
of
it's a
it.
community.
You have the help.
it's a community.
It
Like
feels
I
just
think
y'all.
having the help like makes it really easier for me. So like back to like what your point was saying that like, oh, did I really give up anything? Not really. Because if I have to do anything, I have to go anywhere. I just drop them jits off. Sorry. Nah, I drop them jits off because it's like I'm super lucky. Like I just tell my mom like, yo, you doing anything this weekend? I'm gonna drop them off. They're gonna stay there. I'm going out with Katusha. We going to, huh?
No, I'm sorry. I think that makes a big difference, though.
And it makes a
Having
huge.
community.
Oh, bro, I couldn't like what you saying. If I'm having a bad day, I still got to go home and take care of these kids. I still have to like. I can't move around the way I want to because I don't have a babysitter.
Yeah.
Like I always have a babysitter. I'm like, yo, just leave it there. I'll come home 3 a.m. and then I'll get out of bed and we'll go home.
And see, that's amazing because I can't even say I had that. Like, and I know probably maybe Aunt could speak to that. I mean, my mom was always working, my dad was working, so
Yeah.
it was kind of different. You know, it was completely fucking different. Like, y'all seen me bring my daughter to the basketball court the weekends I got her. We playing ball. She was sitting on the side of the court, driving in her motherfucking her little Maserati truck. You know, but I didn't have it like that. You know, my mom worked and my dad worked, and I don't know if
No, same situation.
same situation. You know, your mom may have more leisure time.
No, yeah.
But you know what's crazy? My dad now, you know, he's retired. So I don't get off of work till 6. Nigga, he's picking my daughter up every day from school
That's good.
at 3 p.m.
It's smooth, yeah.
He come like I go pick her up from him and they going over homework.
Yeah.
He already did all this shit. I don't get home till
Blessing
7
right
o'clock.
there.
It's a blessing now.
Blessing.
And now I kind of understand what you're saying, but before, nigga, it was tough.
So maybe I don't get that, so I don't understand it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like another thing, I don't also seek it too because I've never really had it. So I probably could call my mom and take the baby, but I'm so like trained to not even ask anymore. It's just take care of my own shit.
Yeah.
And I kind of wear that as a badge of honor too. At the same time, like I feel like I'm the best father I can be because I make sacrifices
I'm giving
every
up
day. I'm
this.
giving up this, which may not even be anything to even, you know what I mean, to say that you're the
No,
best father.
Maybe I was
well,
gonna say maybe your children don't even appreciate it. Maybe I'm not saying they do or don't, but like children don't have a capacity of gratitude.
Yeah.
They don't know, like, I just gave up.
Yeah. That's like a kid
Yeah.
saying
I gave up fucking England or Paris for you.
Yeah.
Like, for your fucking soccer game that you don't even start in. You know what I mean?
My
Like,
daughter bought her a damn truck. And she goes, "Oh, Daddy, I want the pink one. I want the Corvette."
Oh yeah, they don't
It's like,
appreciate
nigga, I just
shit.
bought you
Them
this
jits.
one. Yeah, absolutely.
They don't appreciate nothing. But like, to your point, what you were saying was that like, for my mom, she always expresses how much she just wants them around. Like that's like, you know, they say this thing that people say that like, you know, your parents treated you like shit, but then as soon as you have kids, you see a whole nother side of them. Like,
Who the fuck are you?
nigga, like, what is this? Where did you get this from? You know, so like, she always expressed it'd be one weekend. I'd be like, all right, I'm off this weekend. Let me keep it I'm not going to drop them over there when I'm going to work. She said, oh, why didn't you bring them? What, you know?
yeah.
So like, and she'd be upset. Like, you should have brought them anyway. It's okay. So it's like, I don't.
Your mom's amazing, nigga.
Oh, yeah. No.
Never asked me to bring my child around. Nigga, she'd come by. When I was with her mom, you know, my daughter's mom, she would come by, peeking that, you know, between her leaving work early in the morning and going home, peeking, oh, how's everybody doing? Okay. All right, well, I'll see you later. Nigga, 10, 15 minutes, she back home. And I understand that because she was working, but she was never really the mom like, oh, bring her over so I can watch her. If I had to ask her, it was because I had to ask her. Like, I got to be somewhere.
And sometimes I'll be thinking, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but like, you know, like one thing you said earlier was, you know, the fun y'all be having, you know, I gave that shit up already. And sometimes I wonder, like, those of us who don't have children, you know, like, okay, I remember a meme during the pandemic was like, pray for us who have kids, because y'all just, you know, y'all just chilling. And I think about that, it was like, you know, it's almost them saying like, the fun y'all having is less than the satisfaction I'm getting.
It is,
right?
dog.
Like the fun that us who don't have kids are enjoying and eating and blah 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 blah. People with kids see that as less than the satisfaction they get of giving that up for their children
in the future. Maybe not now.
That's a social thing. That's a social thing. Cause
'Cause,
not
like,
for real.
Yeah,
not for real.
Because the fun I'm having, oh, that shit is fun. Enjoyment, like I'm any little. It's the enjoyment is pure. So
for me, my kids don't give me happiness like that.
Right.
They give me joy.
Oh, yeah?
There's a little bit of a difference. Like day to day, I'm not happy with that shit. Like,
Right.
like
But it's fulfillment, I guess.
that's,
so.
yeah, but it's the overall joy that they're here and they're surviving and shit. And
Yeah.
I love them, they love me. But the happiness, because they fucking dropped a bowl of milk, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, that's just
Bro,
not happiness,
it's
dog.
not. It's not. You wake up in the morning, you clean the whole house. Me and my woman would clean the whole house. By the afternoon, the whole shit is dirty.
It's dirty.
It's not
again.
happiness.
It's not happiness. Baby done shit in her diaper, shit all over the floor. It's not happiness. She crying, she screaming because she want to sleep. That doesn't make sense. Close your eyes and sleep. It doesn't make sense, bro. Just close your eyes and sleep. Why you crying don't make sense. You're angry. You're going to be angry. But then when you look back over time, be like, oh, that's a good kid. It's like that, what they call that shit? You know, when they say you remember the past, but you remember all the good things. You don't remember all the negativity. When that jit turns 5, when she turns 10, when she turns 15.
It was a good child.
Good child. She never did nothing. She treated me the best, but, you know, day to day, dog, that shit's hard. You work a long, hard day, and you go home to a screaming
More
baby.
responsibility.
Yeah.
On average, I probably get about, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, 4 hours of sleep on average.
Yeah.
Like I get off of work 6. I gotta, you know, get the baby. I gotta get her situated. I gotta take her a shower. I gotta cook or get her food on the way home.
This don't sound miserable.
It does.
100%.
Right?
But you know, the thing is, to me, it's like anything in life requires hard work. So whether you go
Anything worth having, got to work for.
Like
you know,
work is hard work.
work, or even going to college. Shit,
Yeah.
it's nights where you can't fucking sleep. You got
You
3
can't hang
tests in the
out.
morning. So
Yeah.
anything in life worth having, you're gonna sacrifice. You
But
know?
all
So
those have a goal. Like, what is the goal of raising children?
Oh,
a
legacy,
successful
like you
child,
said.
a happy
Legacy,
child.
okay.
It's
Legacy. I'll say that. Because
And if that kid grows up to be a murderer, well, you just
Legacy. I
20
mean,
years.
should we talk
Oh,
about
shit.
Michael Myers all the time, don't we? That's a
Michael
legacy.
Myers.
Yeah.
damn, so you be proud of your child as a
No, I
murderer.
mean,
That's
I would,
crazy.
but I'm just saying, you know, at the end
My
of the
kid,
day,
What I
killed,
damn.
my kid killed 15 people. Like,
yeah, like I mean, at the end of the day,
I don't think
pray
you
for
think
the
of that,
best.
but that's scary, though. That's scary, though. Like, imagine you work this hard for this long just for them to like amount to nothing, I guess, or what you perceive as nothing. You know?
Does that make you a failure as a parent?
Oh, it made me a failure. Hell yeah, I did
parent?
something wrong.
nah, if you did the best you can, I guess.
No,
best
I
is
say
failure,
that
man.
to make myself feel better.
I mean, you can't predict it, you know, unless if you knew from the beginning they have like a disease or whatever. But you can't predict they're gonna be You know, what if your kids say, "Daddy, I want to be a drummer"?
No.
No, that's fine. I don't mind that.
They
I don't
grow up
mind
to
that.
be homeless. If they grow up and they just fail at
They
everything,
grow up to be homeless.
They grew up to be homeless. You won't feel like, damn.
I would feel like I did something wrong. I can say
Me
that.
too.
Like,
too.
like for sure.
It may
I
not
truly
even be up
would.
to you. You know what I mean? Like you did the best you could.
No,
Yeah,
I
then I
tell
failed.
myself that to make myself feel
I mean,
better.
I
did it.
studied and got an F.
But no, you can't study and get enough.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you
No,
can.
but there's a variable there.
What do you
Yeah,
mean?
you
The
did
child
something
is a
wrong.
variable.
Dog. You did something wrong.
You did
can't-
something like you're a
Nah,
failure.
Not necessarily, no.
You did the best you could.
You cannot
and
study.
You still
You
failed.
You cannot study a textbook and get enough. That's impossible.
What? Nigga, you take an aerospace engineering test right now because you studied the night before. Like if you study,
Oh, the night before.
even if the night, it doesn't matter. You studied for aerospace engineering. You got a 59 on it. You got an F.
then you didn't study.
You studied.
That's what
No,
I'm
I'm
saying.
gonna tell you why that's a lie. 'cause
failed.
There's no way you could have did good parenting and get enough.
You could.
You can,
could.
bro.
There's a way,
No,
bro.
I don't think you can. I think that the variable is the X factor is to the child. They have
Yeah.
their own
They have
mind.
their own-
You can't control
right.
that.
You can't control that, right?
You know, like I could be raised in the way of the Lord and still be like, fuck that shit. Like I can have my own mind and still think.
I agree, and
you know what I'm
yes,
saying?
yes,
So
they're
that's
gonna
the-
do what they
that's
want.
the-
You can take
yeah,
the hose to the
can't-
water, but
yeah.
you can't make them drink. They're
Right.
gonna do what they want. At some point, they're gonna get their own brains, even if you lock them down. And we've seen this plenty of times. You lock a girl or boy down for 18 years. You don't make them do nothing. You study your book and you rule with a fucking hammer.
Pass the keys.
By the time they go to college,
She busting that shit wide open.
and he's
First day of
smoking
school.
cocaine and crack.
But that's the thing, though. It's you say that's the child. I still think it's parenting. I think it was no
Well,
balance.
There was no
in
balance.
that
No
scenario,
balance.
I think it
yes.
has
In
something to
that
do with
scenario,
it.
yes.
Yes.
No.
But no, in that
Unless they're a
scenario, yes.
psychopath, I think it's still parenting, dog.
Do you think all strippers had a bad upbringing?
No,
No.
all drug dealers they have
Or are all
bad
drug
upbringing.
dealers? All
I mean, of course, it
criminals?
could be situational too, but for yourself to nothing wrong with strippers.
Not
If
strippers.
you're-
Yeah, that's a bad example.
I love
criminals.
strippers.
Criminals.
I love them.
Criminals.
We all know somebody who was given
Nigga, we all
the
criminals.
spoon in the fucking the silver spoon. You know,
Yeah, but that could be bad parenting too, though. That's what I'm saying. You give your child
to-
everything.
not to every kid though. So it's relative because there's some kids you can give the silver spoon and they make the most of the situation. You know, a man has 5 kids and all these kids were given the same spoon,
Yeah.
but one of them goes bad.
I raised all of them.
I raised
We
every
all
last one
raised
of them
in
the same house.
That's a good
I
point.
did.
That's a great point.
No, I hear
raised
you saying,
I raised you
That's a
but
great
you never
point.
raised all of them the same. You and your brother were not raised exactly the same. They were love given in different type of ways. Maybe which causes like
Animosity.
middle child
Right.
syndrome, like
Exactly.
you said, and all of that. That's true.
like it becomes like a war in between the homes just because everybody's given everything. They're not though.
Yeah, but that's. I mean,
You can try your best.
can't
Yo,
be
which
right.
kid is your favorite?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Can't
right
say
now.
it
I
out
think
here.
it. Shit,
Oh.
me.
Oh.
That shit fluctuates. Huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
Right now, it got to be the baby. I'm guessing.
The boy.
The baby does absolutely nothing
He
but
doesn't.
cause anguish.
He
What?
said he's definitely not
Like-
the babe.
Like he can't move without me. You get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, yeah.
How can that be my favorite? What the fuck? I don't care.
God damn.
I'm not gonna say it. Nah, everybody's my favorite.
There you go.
Well,
No,
I'm with
that's
you.
not-
I honestly don't have a favorite. Like I like them both the same. They both annoy me equally. Like
Yeah.
when they both have their days. Like
You love
this
them
is
in
it.
different ways.
Well, I got a
Yeah,
dog.
what's the favorite though?
You got a what?
A dog.
That's not kids though. I hate when people say
I
like, my
hate
dog is
that,
my
bro.
kid.
Your dog is not your
bullshitting.
kid,
I'm
bro.
bullshitting, but
Yeah.
no, I have my daughter,
Yeah.
and so I don't have a favorite.
It's just her,
but,
yeah. Like one thing I was thinking about too is like I was talking to a friend of mine she's a woman and she obviously and she does not want children. She's opposed to having children.
That's all right.
One reason she said was like adulting on its own is hard, and I get temporary happiness from just being myself. How the hell I'm gonna get anything from a child?
I think she got a lot
absolutely agree with
of
her.
she got a lot of issues. Then
You see, now, and
that's
you
what
know
it comes
that's
to
funny.
me.
But that's
That's-
part of being selfless.
That's exactly what we were talking about too. Was like as soon as you say the reason why you don't want to have kids, everybody says one or two things. One, you have something wrong with you,
Yup.
or you haven't met the right person yet to give you that you want to love with. And she's like, nah, like I have the person that I like. We're together, and I don't want children.
she said adulting is hard.
Like being an adult, taking
It's
care
hard.
of bills,
Taking care of
responsibilities,
yourself.
It is.
finding something to eat every single day.
Is that hard though? Like
It is.
That's hard,
That's
bro.
kinda-
It's hard. It's
That's
very
not
difficult,
hard.
bro.
Like,
It is.
That's hard.
I didn't think adulting was hard.
I think
at all.
adulting is the hard part about it is getting a job. I mean,
It's
That's-
working.
that's
It's
part
just
of
going
it.
to
it's
work.
working, but outside of that, finding something to eat, that shit ain't hard. Bitch, you just lazy.
I think yes. That's exactly what I was saying. I
Like,
think
you
she's
just
a lazy
lazy.
person.
Nah, man. Being an adult is hard work.
It is hard work. Yeah, I
Man,
think you guys
I
are on the
don't
mind.
think
That
so.
shit is
Certain
super hard,
aspects of
bro.
it.
No,
Yeah.
maintaining
Working,
yourself.
paying
Maintaining yourself
bills.
is hard.
Easy.
That's
It's not
maintaining
easy,
yourself
bro.
is
It's
hard.
not easy,
That's
dog.
not
Bruh,
easy.
I
at
think
all, dog.
you're a lazy person. Not you, but just saying. And overall, like when I was single, I had 5 fucking jobs. You understand what I'm saying? Like
But not
it
everybody's
wasn't-
built that way. Like
and
I
that's
would
what-
never
I
in my
wasn't lazy.
life. I was starved before I worked 5 jobs. Are you out of your mind? I don't give a fuck.
That's what I'm saying. And then I would say,
I would never work 5 jobs.
you got to be hungry enough.
Finding,
not hungry.
finding something to eat every day is hard.
I don't
It
think
is.
so.
By itself,
By itself is hard.
it's hard.
No, it's
That's
not.
crazy that y'all
having-
think
Because
that
y'all don't know how to
makes
cook.
life difficult.
No,
I'm
life
just
is different.
saying,
It's
like,
one of the things. It's like something as small as finding something to eat is hard.
That
Hard?
decision
So there's
is
so
bad.
many other things
Hey, I'll eat
that makes
3
it difficult.
bananas and be okay. Like that's not a hard issue. Like
Yeah,
make a
it's
decision and keep it moving. You save your energy for the things that really need your mind.
I
You,
agree.
you
Like-
underestimate.
Yeah, you guys are under
Like
my.
this-
but-
Steve
no.
Jobs used to wear black every day just so
Okay.
he didn't have to use his brain power on something simple like that. You categorize.
Absolutely.
That's why you don't wear lotion.
And that's another thing. I don't buy lotion.
See?
Make life easier.
Maybe
That's
make
the
your
thing you
life simpler.
Exactly.
See,
Simple.
your life is simpler.
Simple system.
I have a cream for my body. I have a
hard.
moisturizer for
You
my
doing too
face.
much.
I have lotion for my body.
How many
It's
decisions you
different.
got to make? How
I
much
gotta-
money you spending?
I gotta
But-
take care of myself.
But that's a part of adulting. You gotta like pay your cell phone, pay your car, pay your insurance, pay your mortgage.
Auto
or
pay.
rent,
Keep track of it. Oh, you got money.
But you gotta have the money to. You have to get it, no matter what you do.
You don't work 5 jobs.
No matter what you do, you gotta get up for work.
You do.
Absolutely.
But that's you don't feel
That's
like going to
difficult.
work.
But I agree. That's the hardest
Working is
part
the
about
hardest
being
part.
an adult.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is.
Everything after that,
Everything is
it's okay.
So just getting
That's
your own life
crazy.
together is difficult. Imagine bringing somebody else
Well, luckily,
into that.
She's like,
when you bring a child into your life, it's already your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not providing her own life at that point. If I have a house, I'm paying bills already.
the baby
But-
just
but like-
comes
but
out.
like who
She's
said-
benefiting from
You were by yourself, so you didn't have a house. Not you specifically. I'm saying in general.
Mm-hmm.
You were by yourself. You didn't have a house, but now you got a kid coming. You got to change your way of thinking. Where we gonna live at? How are we gonna live? How am I gonna pay this rent? How long we gonna stay there? Damn, what if they raise this shit? And we got to move somewhere else. This shit is expensive.
I'm dealing with that shit anyway.
Finding food is hard.
I'm telling
There's
you.
so many other difficult things.
I think picky
Adulting
kids are
is
hard, yeah.
very difficult.
You just have a
Yes.
lazy mindset.
Nah, man. It's,
I don't know how to get away from that, but like, food is food. Just grab it and
But
go.
that's
Any-
just-
This is not about the
But
food.
one
You
example-
focus
No,
on
I understand what you're
That's
saying.
one
No, I understand what you're
example.
saying, but like,
you have to keep so many things in mind. Gas
all
your car,
day,
yeah.
every day.
I'm doing that already as an adult.
Right, as
Right.
yourself, you have your own schedule for you.
Exactly his
So
point.
that
Adulting
child
is hard.
reaping the same benefit. I mean, not the same. benefit.
No, but it's different now. It's different now. Like even before we came to record this, I had to take both my girls to swimming. By the time you come back from swimming, you got to do this. You got to do this. You got to make sure the homework is done. Make sure the homework gets started.
Yeah, that shit hard.
Make
That
sure
shit
like they ready to go.
kids are hard, yes,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
kids.
solo
Adulting-
by myself,
But
I
you-
feel like you got to categorize your life. You can't just say,
You can try.
Like, see, you know, this attitude. This is what me and her was speaking about. Is like this attitude of like, you know, you're lazy. You're just like your life is not as hard as mine because I have kids and you don't.
And you
right?
don't.
Like she gave this example of you know, with her family, like her brother and sister have children and she doesn't. So it was like a hypothetical. Like, say their parents as they get older, right? Who's gonna be the one that mom and dad stays with when they get too old?
The one with kids.
The one without kids, because you ain't doing
think
shit
so?
anyway. You see what
Oh
I'm
shit!
saying?
What
that's
the-
true.
That's
I agree
what
with that.
they were saying. Like, you don't have no responsibility. You have
Right.
an easier life than
you don't have
us.
to take care of anybody else already.
And that's completely unfair, obviously.
It's all about threshold. How much can you handle? And that's when she says,
I can handle me and
Right.
my
and
nigga.
that's all she can handle. Then that's hard for
That's
her.
all I
But-
want to handle. I don't want
But
to.
also, I don't think you know until you get there. You know what I mean? Till you experience it. Like you never had a reason to do it, so this is all you know. Like right, it's like when you make more money, right? You know how every time some people make more money,
They spend
they
more.
still spend more,
Right.
Yeah.
Because like you adjust. I have a kid now, so like now I look at things slightly differently. Like I'm spending for me and them, you know. But but when it's just you, like damn, this is all my responsibility. Yes, this shit is hard because my life is fucking hard. But we
Again,
shouldn't compare.
No, I'm not comparing all, but I just think it's your threshold. When-
Oh, okay,
you know what
yeah,
I'm
I
saying?
think
It's
we're saying the same
you
thing.
can say your life is hard because you can only handle so much. If your threshold is very, very high, you can handle a lot more and be like, yo, this isn't that bad.
What if
It-
I
it-
don't want to handle more?
Then that's absolutely fine.
Then that's fine too. Just
Okay.
You just don't have kids, and I
Lazy
guess
bitch.
So
then
then,
when you die, your legacy dies.
Damn, you shaming.
No, that is a fact. That is what it is.
Yeah, pretty
That's
much.
not shaming it. When she
not.
dies, everything else dies with her.
But I'm an auntie. I'm an uncle.
Then
Yeah,
leave it to you.
I got-
Okay, then
That's
leave
not
it to
true
your
legacy.
nephews and shit.
Godparents. Do you feel like people without kids have an easier life than you?
They absolutely do.
Yeah, they do. Come on, Jay.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll say on the day to day. Again, it's all about threshold. How much can you handle? Because you can pick up a toothbrush and you be like, "Oh shit, fuck, I gotta do this."
So the stresses I have of not having the stresses I have in my personal life, and I don't have kids, is less than the stresses you have.
I'm not gonna say. I won't.
I
say
don't
that.
think you should
I won't
compare
say
it.
that.
You
That's what I'm
shouldn't
saying.
compare it.
That's what we're talking about, dude. People without kids, the stress they have, the shit that we be complaining about, is it minuscule compared to what people with kids have?
I
On
think it
generally,
is.
I would
think
say
it is.
yes, but me, I'll say
Kids
no.
age
But on
the
the
fuck
general,
outta you.
on the United States, like I'll just say yes.
I think you want to say yes, but at the same time, you
Right.
don't want to compare.
Exactly.
I say this. I'll drop my 8-month-old and I drop my 5-year-old with you. Spend a week. You let me know how it goes.
I'm sure we be chilling. I get them.
Stupid. Yeah, stupid.
I give them fruit snacks and what y'all want to watch,
Fruit snack,
and we be straight.
Junior.
For
They gonna
20
call- they
minutes.
gonna call CPS
To
on
take
you.
care of another human being is very difficult.
It is, but is it more stressful than me?
I don't think
Yeah.
you
I
would
don't know
say
your
it.
stress levels though. That's what I'm saying.
On
That's
average,
why I say.
just be.
I'm saying, yeah.
on
Maybe
average,
not me,
not
but
On average, yes,
specifically,
nigga,
but
yeah.
on average, absolutely.
like let's say I have, because
I have more to do.
Yeah, it's more. I have.
Or maybe not, because like you, for example, it's because you have kids, maybe you can't work as much at work, right? Maybe you could do maybe 45 hours.
So maybe he's doing
and
60.
I do 60, 70.
Oh, even if you do 60, 70, mine is 24 hours around the clock.
No.
No, you fall asleep. You sleep.
Nigga, they wake up, nigga.
At nighttime.
I haven't had a full night sleep in about 2 years.
And I told you on average.
In my house, I'll say that.
My daughter has a room she don't even sleep in because she sleeps in the bed next to me.
I sleep 8 hours, so I can't relate to that.
This
but-
nigga-
It is drug. He drugging
hey,
them.
what the fuck?
He giving them Z's.
It's one. This lady she wrote an article. She was saying like the stress I have of taking my kids to soccer practice is the same stress I have of completing a presentation for work. They're both the same.
But it's multiplied by 2.
No, I don't want to say
Yes.
that. I don't want to say
She
that.
was
I don't.
like the stress. Again, taking them, getting them ready, we'll do whatever, brush your teeth,
But then
or
it's
whatever.
multiplied by 2. So in your situation, you say, okay, you work 60, 70 hours, right?
Right.
So who's to say he's not working 60, 70 hours plus taking care of that child as well? Just because he's not with the child, he could still work. This nigga got 5 jobs.
Even if I work 40,
I'm saying,
when
yeah,
I
you know
get
what
home,
I'm saying?
before I get
It's
home, I have
constant.
shit to do, and it's work. Nigga,
I think the point that he's making is that like there are other things that may compete with the kid,
Correct. Right.
and that stresses him out in his life.
But
And
we're all
course.
dealing with the same exact things.
okay, I'm
Plus
with
kids.
you. Oh no, that's
Plus
what I'm saying
kids.
is like you work 40 and you got your kids. Obviously, that's stress.
That's big.
I work 70.
and then
But
he
see,
got
that's
everything.
a
He got a wife to
hypothetical.
deal with. He
I mean,
probably
I can
maybe he
get
has a
that
dog.
point,
I don't know.
no, I get everything you're saying.
Yeah, I have more opportunity to go to make more money now. I can my career advancement. That's why a lot of women don't want to have children because career advancement is priority number one. Like Tracy Ellis Ross said that from Girlfriend. She was like, "I'm 48. She don't got no kids and no husband."
But free time, you have the availability of free time more than we do, and,
And
that's
that-
the difference.
And it's a good point that he said that like what he was talking about, like, oh, when the parents get old, who they move in, the person with no kids.
Right.
Imagine you got to take care of his people. Like when the time comes, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
that's
But
we
the
taking
kid
care
can-
of
the kid can do
17-year-olds.
that too.
Huh?
More than likely,
My
more than likely, it
sister's
won't be.
husband's mom, her mother-in-law, lives
Yeah.
with her.
There's no
It's
in-laws
not.
living with me.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, but
Really?
she's there to help with the kids, you know. But
But it's not necessarily that like I don't think it's something we should compare though. I don't think you compare
You just-
stresses
you can
because
say
everybody
free time,
has
though. Free time, and a
Yes.
single person will have more. Have the
generally
choice of more free time.
yes, they'll have
Yeah.
more
and
free
the
time.
ability to
generally.
go in and come as they please.
For me to have free time, there's 1,000 things I need to keep in order. For you, it's just a simple choice about yourself.
See, I think that the language of saying the simple choice about yourself
It's
as if-
already like
Yeah,
talking
it's
down.
already- it's
For
already
you to
like-
make time to do something, it's a lot easier than for me to make time to do something.
That's not true. That's
So
not,
It is.
you can make a solo decision for yourself.
I guess I'm trying to say your 24 hours, not you specifically, but
Understood.
anyone with children or one child is not harder than my 24 hours.
Because we all got stresses in life. And
Okay.
we all
Again,
got
so
shit.
Okay,
I'll
so
give
let's-
you that,
so
and
I
that's why I
think-
say free time.
I think
Because you can make one decision about yourself and you'll get free time. Me, I have to consider 5 other people to get free time.
so.
So I have to make sure that
So what I was-
that
what
baby
I-
goes somewhere. This baby gets somewhere. This baby got milk. This baby got diapers. This baby got this. It's a lot of shit after. You can just be like, I don't want to do my homework today.
Okay,
Or
so-
I don't want to go to my second job.
So I think the issue with your scenario is that you're throwing in hypotheticals, right? Let's just pretend.
This is hypothetical
Let's just say we
situation.
have person A and person B. They both work 40 hours a week, so we got to start off on a similar playing field. You get what I'm saying? Person A works 40 hours. Person B works 40 hours.
Sure, that's fair.
Person A has 2 cars and a home he's paying for. Person B has 2 cars and a home he's paying for. So when with all that,
Equal.
person B, everything equal on the same playing field. When person B has a child, though, whose life is going to be more difficult?
Nobody's. This is same.
Fuck that,
Yeah,
no.
I don't see. I guess
No.
what I'm saying is it could be ignorant speaking because I don't have children. but
Absolutely.
yeah, like I don't think that you're raising children. I know it's hard. I'm not saying it's not hard, and I know it's stressful. But what I'm saying is like to compare the two, all things being equal, you have adding this child versus me not having it. Your life is not harder than mine.
I think there's other factors,
and that's
like,
fine.
that-
Right.
yeah,
I understand.
I don't
Is that-
think that's something you should
I think
compare because
that- yeah,
everybody
yeah,
like
yeah,
it's
You can build your life up to be stressful as shit, and you can be a single man. I get what you're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
True.
Yeah, that's. I guess that's the only thing I'm.
You
I'm
could,
saying.
you could be like a fucking heavy gambler or some shit like that. Just something else. I think something will fill that void. It's not just like, all right, single people, they just lollygagging
Yeah.
and
I just
fucking.
so what I was just trying to say is, if you give everybody the same exact scenario, and you add kids to person B, it's gonna be harder. That's my take.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Everything all the same down the line,
Fair enough.
but this person has a kid, this person doesn't have a kid. If they had the same addiction, they had the same addictions. But yeah,
Addiction, like porn.
point.
Hi, yo. It's never no. Never mind. Never mind what I was gonna say. I mean, I don't know. I don't really agree with that, but we'll agree to disagree because I don't want to kind of like circle jerk it, But like, I just have this feeling, and I think people without kids too have this like, people look at you almost like this. No matter what you do, no matter how much fun you have, your life can't be complete. You are in a sense a failure, a less than, because you don't have a kid. You see what I'm
Okay,
saying?
right.
Comparatively to your peer groups, whether you're your 20s, 30s, 40s, like people look at their aunties and uncles who don't have kids who are 40, 50, like, oh, I know he regret that. You can't, no matter what, like, you getting old. You can't have no more fun in a sense. Like, your fun is capped. I did that already. It's not as fun. Trust me,
Right.
more fun is this. And I think that's, the difference. In defense of all us non-kids, I want to say barren, but that's not funny.
So, do you feel like someone without kids at some point wants kids?
No, not all the time.
No.
I think there's people out there that's perfectly happy with their relationships with their person. They've come to terms like, we know we're not having kids. We love each other's company, and we're just gonna live our lives, and that's enough satisfaction.
But on the flip side, you got people who wanted kids and never had them.
Can't have. That's true. That's true.
Because we look at Jenny Ma, right?
Yeah.
Jeezy's baby mama now,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
wife or whatever. She didn't want a kid, so for me, it was kind of like she met someone else like Jeezy and then had kids.
Yes.
So could it be the person that she was with that says, "Hey," that makes her feel like I should have kids now? Like I'm not sure the reason why she had kids with Jeezy, but I'm thinking that's the reason.
I watched it. She said like Jeezy made her. She said she had a problem growing up of being like what you were saying before, like problem growing up of like she was never secure enough in herself that she would be sure that she could protect herself and another person. So say for example, like somebody at work, like, oh, Jenny Ma, you stupid. She'd be like, yeah, you're right.
So she's insecure.
Yeah, Jeezy gave her the confidence. It's like, no, you are strong,
Right.
beautiful, da 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 da. So she was like, oh, I feel that way. Now I could pass that on. I'm sure I can defend my child and take care of my child.
So he made her secure in herself
Right.
to want to have another baby
So
or
she-
have a baby.
Have baby. So I guess to that point, then finding the right person
Could be
could
the
change
anecdote.
that. Yeah, I agree with. I mean, to be completely honest, that's how when I first met my wife, her friend at the time, they swore that they would never have. They would, besides getting kids, they never wanted to get married.
Oh, okay.
And nigga like me came along.
Hey.
You know what I mean? And I,
Well, prostrate.
Okay.
you know what I mean? So things change. So maybe it could be that, but then her other friend still is like, oh no, I don't see a value in
Getting married.
or having children, or I don't. What's the point of that? Like this legacy thing we talk about, or this unfulfillment. We see women as like, damn, you don't have a kid.
You're less
Damn,
than.
what the hell? You 50. Your life is trash, or that pussy trash, or you know what I mean? And it's like,
I think it has a lot to do. I think it has a lot to do with like how you come up, like how we came up. Like, how we came up is like family is the most important thing.
Sure.
There is nothing more important than family. Like,
Besides God.
you know, like besides God, when you grow up, you better make sure. I used to always make jokes with my mom. Yeah, we sending you to the home when you go. She used to get so mad, bro. She used to get so mad because like, oh, you would never do that to
you
me.
gonna take care of me.
You're going to take care of me because I take care of my parents. And you see me take care. And family is the only thing we know. So, like, in our minds, it's like, that's the only, like, besides school and, like, becoming a medical doctor, it's like, you have to have kids. You have to get married and have kids. It's time. Like,
kind of like Yvonne Orji, you know, during her HBO special, she kept saying, you know, you're not a spring chicken.
Yeah,
you know, like,
right.
Bitch, when you gonna pop one out?
When you gonna pop one out?
Turn 30.
And that's how they be. Like, and I was talking to this Nigerian girl once upon a time, like, just my friend, and she said, like, you know, Nigerians are funny because your whole life they're telling you stay in school, focus on school, don't focus on nobody. Then as soon as you graduate, where's the baby?
Where's the baby?
Nigga.
I've been focusing
My
on
boots.
this part. I mean,
That's what I mean. And like, don't get me wrong. Like, I would love to have a kid, for sure. Like,
Ralph Jr.
I see, yes, Ralph Woodson, Ferdinand. You know, but like, I would love to have him, but like, I guess I don't. I guess I look at myself at 70 or 80, and I don't think my life will be wasted without one.
And that's good.
That's what I believe. Like, I think the life that I have or want to have, I don't think it'd be a failure or unfulfilled,
Right.
if I didn't have one. That's what I think. Like,
look at you shooting blanks. I think.
no, I take my what's the name of that fucking oil, Digsby? Damn, the
Geritol.
Yeah, but it's one for like sex that I be taking all that shit. I take
Horny
all
goat weed.
No, it's one. He said it on the podcast one time.
Viagra.
No, it was an oil. You said a natural substance. I forgot
Oh,
what-
sea moss. No.
Not sea
It
moss.
was,
What the
a
fuck
funny.
am I talking
It was a funny name. You said it one time.
I know you're talking about. I don't remember it though.
Yeah, you said it one time. So I'll be on that. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, you know what I mean? But
Niggas do what they can, but I
Yeah.
mean, but that is a good point. A lot of people, but they don't feel that way. Like they go through a lot of extremes and spend a lot
yeah.
of money to try to make
yeah.
that shit happen because it's like they need it. And I'm gonna tell y'all, this parenting shit be trash sometimes, dog. You gonna be real mad. Like, yo, imagine you spend 50 bands on like whatever the fuck. Then you like, damn, I could have bought a G-Wagon and tell this little nigga,
Man,
man.
I'm paying 50 bands to get in vitro.
oh yeah, each cycle like 15.
And they end up with 3 kids.
I actually did in vitro before.
Oh yeah, you told us. You told us.
I don't know what I said on the air, but I did do in vitro with an ex of mine who wanted kids really, really bad. So when I got with her, immediately she was like, nigga, I can't have kids naturally, so
And you're okay with that?
I wasn't. But I think
Because she couldn't have it natural or in vitro. What
the entire process, first of all, she asked me this shit 4 months into the relationship.
Oh, okay.
And then the other part of it
That
was
should have been a red flag.
yeah.
But you still did it.
But you
know, I
always
still
wanted.
did
You
it.
always wanted.
But I always wanted a kid too,
Right.
so it was like, you know, at this point, maybe I was 26 at the time.
So
like,
wanting a kid is worth having a kid with a stranger in a sense?
I mean, relatively, do we all make crazy decisions? Yeah. Did I think that it wasn't going to work out between her and I? No.
At 4 months.
I
I
mean,
feel you though. But
Hey, love is love,
but shit,
man.
shit, niggas meet their wives in one date and
That's true.
get married and then still
Yeah, that-
married. So
top 1%.
it's a gamble, but I was okay with the outcome being that, you know, I know that she's gonna be a great mom regardless of whether we together or
Right.
not. So
And she didn't have the child.
she didn't have the
It
child.
failed,
So
but-
it failed. Like I want to say a month or 2 months later, we moved to Atlanta and everything. And up
How
there,
did she feel after that? The
she
cycle.
was fucked up. I had to get out of there, nigga, because she was just angry.
Really?
You know, like angry as fuck. And that I did my part. That shit was. I would never do that route again, though. But it was very. I felt like a dog being used. Like it's a lot of crazy shit about it. But either way, you know, she didn't have a child, and then I think till now she eventually had a child or two.
You
But
think she chose you out specifically for the situation?
Nah, I think we were just dating, and she felt like, okay, we're gonna start a future. You know,
Let's
she
start
was
now.
financially well off. You know, let's do this now. Like, if you're not willing to do this, this is what comes with me. You know, so you're either gonna accept this or you're gonna move on.
Do you think when the cycle failed, do you think she felt like a failure as a woman?
I think she did.
Yeah.
Because you know, I did my part. I fertilized the egg. That was the only job I had.
I'm saying her. Do you
Yeah,
think
she
felt,
absolutely did.
She
Yeah,
felt
she
like
did.
she's
And,
not
and she
woman
cried, and
enough.
then
Yeah.
I was like, bitch, that was 15,000. You
Yeah.
know, and she like, let's try it again. I'm like, listen, I'm not ready.
And I imagine
No, but
it's
she
tough.
I know she had it.
Yeah, she had.
I know
it.
you're
Yeah,
talking about.
Yeah,
I know
she
she had.
Yeah, she
She
had
Yeah.
the bread.
had the money. Yeah,
You have it in your mind and you
Yeah.
say, yo, listen, child is the most important thing. I want it no matter what. I'm willing to do anything to get this
Yeah.
child. Like, you know what I mean? I pay for a surrogate. I do the pay for the in vitro. Whatever the fuck they got going, I'm going to do it. I'm going to pay because I don't care because it's the most important thing to me. And then when you feel that, of course, that's pain. Nigga, like, because it's like being inadequate. Like, damn, why can't I have this?
Why
you know what I
me?
mean? Like, why?
Yeah.
Yeah,
When
that's
I-
tough.
when
Fucking didn't work. And then the doctor didn't work. So it's like,
Yeah.
I am useless in a sense.
And
Right.
Then, but yeah, she eventually had one, you know.
Yeah.
And
That's
thank God
tough.
for that.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, that feeling, I can just imagine that feeling. Maybe it's not probably why women go through, I don't know if that's PTSD, but it's like, say you work all this hard for the kid, you have a kid, and like this nigga just cry all day. Like, damn, I put my whole life for this nigga? This nigga,
Yeah.
he just shit or he or she just shit all over the place.
Yeah,
and what the fuck
dog.
is this?
Postpartum.
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 Yeah, postpartum. Yeah, that
And like-
whole period must
Y'all have
be
experience
tough.
with that?
Yeah.
Me, no, I am.
No, I haven't. I haven't, but I could see how it happened.
Yeah.
Mm.
Shit, I don't even know. The bitch was always crazy. Let me stop. I mean, no. But I mean, I don't know that. I think I dealt with it at some point. You know, I don't think it was just that blatant. You know, I think there were signs that it could be postpartum. But you know, eventually, I just had to. I mean, I just stuck it through. I mean, I didn't leave. I remember there was a time when she wanted to leave without the child. Like, I mean, leave with the child and say I'm just leaving. I didn't know where she was going.
Yeah.
I'm like, where the fuck you going? The baby's a month old.
What y'all? I have a quote from Joe Rogan. I just want to hear what y'all think about it. He said, "Most men live a life of quiet desperation. We're just waiting to get out because we're stuck in a place that we didn't think we'd be at."
I'm here today. I am out of that situation.
Okay, I guess I'm saying like
it's like little pleasures that we wait for to just make an exit and just to relax. If that's what you mean, or on a greater scale.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's true. I mean, however you take it. I guess he was saying is like. Well, he was speaking about like men in just general, but like I guess men, let's say men with kids, like, do you feel like you're just in this place of like, all right, I gotta be a father. God, well, fuck it, just gotta do it.
All right, just gotta.
And I'm
work.
just waiting. I gotta wait out the 20 years, 18, 20, 25 years for them to go.
There are moments like that, but I think the majority
Overall,
of the time, no,
you're right.
because it's enjoyment.
Yeah,
You know, I enjoy being a father.
great.
I mean, more than anything. So
And I agree with that too. Like, I'm not like Tony. Like, I play my PlayStation every day, so I'm very happy.
Okay,
You know, so
maybe I need to do that shit because that shit's still in the
every
box.
single day I
They
play my
sold out. I try
PlayStation.
to
Like,
get
and like work is trash. Like, no matter what, if I had a good day at work, if I had a bad day at work, you ask me how I was work, I'm gonna tell you that shit was trash because I shouldn't be there. I don't belong there. You know what I mean?
I
But
agree.
when I get home and I see my jits, like I'm fulfilled. Like I'm out. Like,
Hey,
no, yeah. I picked them up. I put them down. I picked up my jet. You know what I mean? PlayStation.
the
It's go
PlayStation.
time. Like, you know what I mean? So, but I do love it. Like, it's
rewarding.
it's great. It's very rewarding. That's the way to put it. It's
Satisfying.
It's satisfying.
Immediately.
Not immediately. Not immediately. Like
Not
for me, it's like it's intermittent.
Yeah, it is
intermittent happiness. Because it's like, all right, today is great, and then like tomorrow we having a good time. But then like Dahlia, like I co-parent with her mom. Like sometimes, all right, it's time for you to go to your mama. You know what I mean? Like it's time. My time is up here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like even like when my girl's at school and I have to watch the baby for like 3 hours. Like I'd be like, nigga. The first hour and a half, I'm good. But when you crying for no reason, I'm like, bro, I don't got no titty for you. I don't know what to tell you right now. You know, we just gonna have to cry it out. You feel me? You know.
how is co-parenting for y'all?
For me, co-parenting is cool. Like it's it's cool. It has its moments. It's over and back. Like recently, like my daughter turned 5, right? And so we all went to we all planned a trip to Disney World, and it just so happened at the last hour, like Dahlia's mom was like, "Oh, okay, you know what we should do? We should get an Airbnb together." Like with my
That's dope.
it was cool. It was cool. Like my current girlfriend, obviously my the baby and Dahlia, her mom and her mom's friend and her daughter. So like we all in the house. Like it's no pressure. Like you know what I mean. Like it's not. It's like
Mom's friend is a guy.
no, it was a lady.
Okay.
Okay.
It was a
It's
lady.
like another dude
Nah,
that
if it was
she's
another
dating was
dude,
there.
how do you feel with that?
If it was another dude, and I thought about it, like I couldn't be mad. Like I
Nothing
think the
you
best
can do.
thing, but huh?
There's nothing you can really do.
No,
anyway.
there's nothing. I think the best thing is like we don't have sexual interest at all, so it doesn't matter. Like we're just taking care of the fucking shit. Like you know, like if niggas still want to fuck their baby mamas, I can see how that'd be hard.
Right,
That'd be
that's
like that's pressure. You know what I mean? Like, but there's like nothing there. It's literally like we're doing this job. Like we just work together. We're almost co-workers, co-parenting. What the fuck? Like, you know, we just work together to like make the J happy, huh?
That's a good way to look at it. I never heard that. Like saying it like it's coworkers.
Yeah, we co-workers. Like we just work for this one common purpose, just to make this J happy. The thing that's gonna make this J happy is her mom, her dad, the person she lives with, and you know, like all the people that she knows in one place for this one common goal is to make this J happy, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah, for sure. That's good. I like that.
That's what's
like that a
up.
lot.
So let me ask you then. I don't know, Mike, you had something, but with like the controls, not even control, but like the decisions being made with Dahlia, because y'all have you guys are co-parenting. How does that work? And like, do you let her make the decisions, or is it like a real co-parent situation where you like we discuss everything?
Or we do discuss everything. Like even come down, like she started school this year. Like we really like went back and forth with that for a while, just to try to make it, just to try to find that. I live on one side, she lives on the other side, just to find that common. How we gonna make this shit work? Yeah. And it's always like a puzzle. Like we always have to come together, sit down. Like I will tell you, she does make a lot of the first moves. I can't lie about that. Like when it comes to like sometimes her insurance or doctor's appointments and shit like that, like she makes a lot of those first moves, but she is still running by me and will like, all right, that's cool. Or like sometimes I just be like, fuck it.
I think he got that shit good as fuck.
Yeah, yours
I time go.
Yeah. I mean, for a long time it was like, motherfucker, you know, like she would do things without telling me, you know, like I had to find out my daughter had a fucking Instagram. I'm like, yo, she's fucking 5, you know, 4, you know, and it's like, yo, like, granted, you know, so my whole thing was, it's a conversation to be had. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's not her Instagram, but if you're using it to promote her, there's purrs online. You get what I'm saying? So why not have a conversation with her father? You know, because guess what? Something happens or some shit transpires.
Transpires.
I got the word. The first person you're gonna call is me to resolve the shit. You know what I'm saying? So.
Are you on good terms though?
I think we were always cordial. You know?
Yeah.
When I found out she was dating, she found out I was dating. They didn't really give a fuck.
Oh, that's
like,
what's up.
Shit, you know, like watch a nigga around my daughter. I don't want to kill him. But other than that, like, I don't have no problem.
One question, I guess I was thinking about asking you, but I guess I would rather ask y'all too. Is like, do y'all think it's for the child's sake, it's preferable that their parents live together?
That's preferable.
It is.
Yes.
I think it is. Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Or work together. Are together.
Yeah. I mean, you want a united front. You know, like, it's the same thing, you know. When they see two of us together, like our parents, you know, I can't say that every fucking Nigerian household was happy. But for the sake of the kids, they stayed together so that we can, you know, we were afforded a certain lifestyle. You know, imagine, you know, you have a father who's the breadwinner and a mom who doesn't work but 20 hours a week. And then the dad decides to separate. Now mom is a custodial parent, and she can't afford to send you on trips because dad's not around, you know. So it makes it a lot easier, but
I'm sure kids do. Even the same Disney trip I was telling you about, when we get to the house, like Dahlia asked my girls, she's like, "Oh, where are you gonna sleep?" Because my dad's gonna sleep with my mom in the bed, like, you know. So like. Somewhere in their mind, they're like, you know, I want this, you know what I mean? And that's even something I'm thinking about also, because it's like, now they're kids, so they don't really get it. They don't really know it's different from any other upbringing. Like, okay, sometimes I'm with my dad, sometimes I'm with my mom, but as I get older and I start going to other kids' house and I see like, damn, you got both of them niggas here? You know what I mean? Like, so it's something that you have to like think towards, or like, shit, we gonna figure it out that day. You know, so
I mean, I think a 2-parent household is ideal.
But
like,
that's what I asked.
It just has to be positive.
You don't go into the situation hoping for
that's
that.
what I asked.
It just got to be a positive situation in all senses.
Perfect.
I want daddy to be beating mama ass, and just because we together, that makes it better.
Yeah,
that don't make fucking sense.
Not at all.
All right, so
that's more trauma.
Just to kind of wrap it up, we have a random question from someone who asked us. We have a shameless response. And this person said, do you think the best way to run a relationship is like a business? Is it preferable to run your relationship as a business? That's the question.
I can tell you for myself, like, I'm probably the least sensitive person here, and that sounds fucking perfect to me. But then knowing my wife, that's probably the least thing she want to get close to. You know what I mean? So that's probably like our biggest fucking argument right now. My non-emotional situation.
So,
You know
Uh-huh.
what I mean? Like
And
insensitivity and everything. So for me, it sounds like the
Ideal.
greatest
I
situation.
think the question coming from a woman is kind of ironic. You
Yeah.
know, I think you would expect that question coming from a guy, but I think with women, you got to understand what that comes with. You know, if I'm running this shit like this, it's no. Men are logical, women are emotional. That's my favorite line. Understand that there won't be any emotions. We're not going to take that shit into consideration.
As a business,
It's going to be, hey, this is business. This is what it is. You know, and you got to be able to take what you're asking for. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
What makes sense? That's all.
yeah, it has to make sense. Fuck with how you feel.
Yeah.
Shit, personally, I don't even know what that means. I can't even really like gauge
Right,
what that actually
yeah.
means. Running a relationship like a business, it just seems like it's like
It doesn't make sense.
it doesn't make sense. Like that's kind of like when they say like, oh shit, if we don't got nobody by 40, we just gonna get married. We just gonna do it. Like we gonna be there. I'm gonna be there, and you gonna be there, and we gonna figure out how the puzzles fit, and we gonna make it work. You know that's impersonal. That's just trash. It sounds trash.
For me, it's like I agree with that question if it was raising kids, and that's what I
Yes.
believe.
Raising
I
kids,
believe
yes.
like if my kid told me right now I want to be a drummer, I say it all the time. You're not gonna be a drummer.
No.
You're not gonna be an artist. Because you're not good. You're not good at it. No matter what you
if
think.
they good?
They're not. They're not. You're more likely better at something
Reading.
something accounting,
Why do
or
they-
something. Yeah, go and read. Yes. So I run because that's to me that's like a cost benefit. Somebody said that in the beginning. Like
Yeah.
that's the cost benefit analysis. When I do that in my mind, I can calculate that. Or you're most
probably
likely
gonna be
you're most likely gonna be a
Accountant or whatever.
a teacher than a basketball player.
Yeah.
So, but a relationship, I mean, you're dealing with a
And you can
woman.
also choose to do that other shit later.
Yeah, you could be a drummer tomorrow. Like whatever.
Right.
That ain't nothing. You know.
Mike, killing dreams.
That's
You
me.
goddamn right.
That's me.
Fuck
Man.
them kids.
My killing dream.
All right, y'all.
The Shameless
cool.
Goats.